of Mobile's Mardi Gras season just 2 days away. The port city is ready for the celebration. And even though catching all that candy, the beads and moon pie is part of the fun, safety remains the #1 priority.
Fox 10 News reporter Michael Brannon is live in downtown Mobile. Now, Michael, you got to look at how Mobile Fire Rescue is preparing for this, right?
I sure did, Bob and Lenise, and let me tell you what, the Mobile Fire Rescue Department has this operation down to a science. Today I took a look at the command center for operations during Mardi Gras and the equipment that these men and women will be using to protect us here in the upcoming weeks. When the lights come on and the sirens sound, you know help is near.
We're there to provide any medical assistance that may be required.
Steve Huffman with Mobile Fire Rescue says it's important to know your surroundings at Mardi Gras parades.
A lot of times what we see is injuries to ankles and hands where they're reaching out to grab something or stepping off of curbs and things like that.
Huffman says increased presence on the streets during the parades will allow for help if needed.
We'll have several teams that's made up of 2 people. One's a paramedic, one's an EMT, and there may be cases where there's 2 paramedics. There's a rescue truck strategically placed on each end of the route. There are 3 to 4 bike teams that will be on each end of the route, and then there's roaming teams that ride the entire route.
Fox 10 News took a look inside the command center and at the preparations to the equipment the bike teams will be using.
We have 16 bikes that are ALS and BLS capable. Our teams respond in an EMT paramedic configuration, and on these teams they have advanced life support equipment as well as basic equipment for controlling bleeding, opening airways, performing CPR, and all of our teams that respond, whether it's a bike team or mini ambulance, golf carts, they all carry automatic external defibrillators.
Captain Sean Hicks and Brian Gilliland are in charge of EMS coverage. For the past several weeks, their preparations for Mardi Gras have been extensive, making sure every bag is packed and every bike is ready to roll. And we have one of those bikes right here. As you can see, it is fully decked out and ready to roll. As was mentioned in the story just a few moments ago, it is equipped with an AED, which is an automatic external defibrillator. On the back here, it has extra things to make sure the bike runs in tip-top shape. And then also on the right side behind me, it has things like IV fluids and definitely the most advanced paramedic tools to use if you need CPR to open airwaves on somebody who is non-responsive. Now, Steve Huffman told me earlier that it all depends on the weather. How many runs the Mobile Fire Rescue Department makes depends on the weather. So if it's a pretty day outside, obviously more people are going to be at the parades, so more runs will be made. On a day like today, there are not going to be as many. But if you need some help while you're down here at Mardi Gras parades, contact anybody who is in uniform, whether it's a police officer or a member of the Mobile Fire Rescue Department. They all talk to each other. They coincide with each other in this large venue here during Mardi Gras. So if you need somebody, make sure you get some help as soon as possible with one of those men in uniform. Now, coming up a little bit later at 5:30, you're going to hear from the police department on some safety tips that they have for you. We'll have that and much more at 5:30. For now, reporting in downtown, Michael Brannon, Fox 10 News.
All right, thank you, Michael. Looks like an emergency room on 2 wheels.